Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping like the tools you would use to change a flat tire. nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there's no product to store or sell. The product is you. Using worksheets, guided meditations, audiobooks, and other content, you take the time to fix your mental flat and get back on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today.
Cool. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in and just spending a very, very short time with me. Tonight, we're just actually going to review the review the website, review the content, the things that we've been talking about, all the things we've been reviewing on a weekly basis. And so, again, I just ask you for about 10 minutes, just to share out, and then we'll move on from there. So this is the website, nexLv.com. Thank you, Orville, for following. And so this is the website online, nexLv.com. And again, nexLv is about mental health. It's the belief that a healthy mind will promote a healthy body, and a healthy body will promote success in all its actions. So it's really starting from the core, from the center of it all, which is your thinking. And I fully believe, and I'm not the only one who fully believes that, how you think is going to dictate how you live. And I believe that because I listen to people who have achieved great things, and was just an idea in their head and a thought, and they spoke about how their imagination led to them creating a tangible product that became something. But you just have to really allow your mind to be free and allow your mind to be healthy. And so the same effort that we put in our body in terms of working out and eating right and doing those things to make sure our body works correctly. I know personally I don't take the same amount of, I don't apply the same level of detail when it comes to, a healthy mind. But I guess we just assume that it's just healthy all by itself. Even though everything that we do requires work and effort to see something achieved, for some reason when it comes to, I guess because it happens automatically, like you don't have to think about thinking, right? So because it just happens without our effort, we feel like we don't have to apply any effort in those areas to really help us to grow. But that's such is not the case, right? And as we go through life and encounter things like, unfortunately, like COVID and this pandemic and other things that come unbeknownst, and things that we're not looking forward to or expecting, then that really tells you, okay, I need to do things to get my mind right. I need to be able to build myself in a way so I can cope with all these things that happen outside of my level of control. All right. So when you log into the website, you don't have to sign up and start paying right away. You can log in as a basic user, which will allow you to be able to see the content. I actually have the content available free right now for everyone. My goal really is that you can check it out and see if you like it, see if it makes sense, see if it works for you, before you kind of dig deeper. And so this is your dashboard once you log in. On top of the alert box, also the code that you'll find in the description for this live. That referral code is going to be unique to myself. And so every person has a referral code. And I did it that way so that when you sign up and you sign other people up, you can give them your referral code. And so the system kind of keeps track of of your signups. And that's going to make sense because I'll explain to you what the bigger goal is for nexLv in a little bit. So just that you do require a referral code to sign up. And so this is the basic site. The dashboard just gives a brief description. It just shows the region that you're in. This is a dummy account. So, you know, I think the zip code was in Alaska. I don't think I have any Alaskans up there yet. But that would be cool. And of course, it shows your level. It says level 1. And right now, that might not mean much. What's going to happen is like the online site will kind of track your use of the content and so sort of increase your level. And the level has to do with the money-making opportunity that nexLv has to offer, which we'll speak about in the future. Your community, it says my community, that just shows how many people that you have signed up, right? So it's 0 because this is a dummy account. I'll log in with my actual account in a little bit so you can see the difference in that. But more importantly, I want you to see the content area. And in the content area, we see to view. We've been speaking for the past few weeks about Trend to Purpose. And so you can see this is the audiobook that's available online. It's broken up into 7 parts. And I did it this way too because it's like you're able to, this good thing I'm making. So I put all the audio online. So if you're on the train or if you're on your way to work and you want to listen to the audiobook, then it's available online. It's easily accessible to you. When you sign up, you will receive an email confirmation that you have to click that will go to your personal email or whatever email you use to sign up with, just to ensure that you are not a robot and that you're the right person. And then once you click on that, then you'll be able to sign in and access the audiobook. And so this is Trend to Purpose, and I'm going to click on it. Hopefully it's working, and I won't embarrass myself.
Trending to Purpose. We all ask the grand question.
There we go. So check it out. Again, I really want your feedback on this content and what you think about it. And so the Trend to Purpose takes you through 4 parts. Eventually observe, identity, unplug, and mitigate. And then using those 4 parts is where you can actually use the PDF, which you can click here to download. I want you to understand that I put time and effort into this program, and so you're not getting invested or getting involved with something that's like fly by night, or someone hasn't taken the time to really make sure it works. It's taking a lot of time and even more money just to make sure this thing is working correctly. So this is the worksheet here that takes you through the steps of the audiobook. And so I definitely suggest downloading the worksheet, reading through it first. And then as you're listening to the audiobook, you can actually write the parts in as you go through it. I really love the idea of worksheets. I spoke a few weeks ago about this idea of the Constitution. And if you look today, even along with the amendments. And so I asked the question, what is your Constitution? What is your law? What is your written contract that you kind of live by, right? And it's good to write things down. If people don't journal or do that, I really suggest doing something like that. It's very helpful to involve your writing in your visual senses with recording information. It's going to be very helpful. So this worksheet takes you through all the aspects of Trend to Purpose. And again, Trend to Purpose is all about the habits that we want to buy a home, if you want to have an excellent career, and all these things that we kind of all shoot for. It just asks you a very honest question. Are your trends, are your daily habits leading towards that? And you have to write them. You know what? My habits are not leading to my purpose. Right now, my habits are leading towards me having fun every weekend, but it's not very purposeful, and that gets old really quick, right? So again, that's Trend to Purpose. I really suggest you listen and check it out. Let me know your thoughts. Also on here, we have guided meditations. I have one of the meditations available for basic users. You can listen to it. It's about 15 minutes long. And guided meditations are really powerful. I honestly didn't get into it till very recently. And all it is kind of an excellent start for your day. If you start the day very hectic, like I do, once the kids gets up, it's a wrap. Peace is gone. The house is just turned upside down, these 2 girls. And so these meditations are helpful. I really need to start getting into them to just set your mind really ready for the day in one of the things you may encounter. So check it out. It's the Level Up Language Builder. And this was something I created based on a meeting we had, I think about a month ago, when we studied this guy, Masaru Emoto. who was able to conclude that his words were able to change the molecular structure of water based on what he was saying. And so negative words would kind of have like a result. The water would crystallize in a way that was just messy and not together. But when he had positive words and spoke nice things to the water, it would crystallize in a more aesthetically pleasing fashion, as you can see in these pictures here to the right. Very interesting stuff. Like, it's all over YouTube if you want to check it out yourself. They've also done this with the rice experiment, where you have 2 jars of rice, and you would again speak. You would curse out one jar of rice, essentially, right? Say evil and bad things, and then you'll say nice things to the jar of rice. And then it would show that the jar of rice that was spoken to negatively would get stale fast. It would start to go bad at a much faster rate than the other jar. And so his conclusion was that the words that we say have power. Thank you so much, Cheryl Palmer, for logging in. Exactly, life and death in the tongue. Go through things, and we all have situations that really bring us to a really tough place, and it's hard to muster up the words, honestly, sometimes to be positive, right? But when you read the science and when you look at the power of words, and when you look at what scientists and pseudoscientists and other people are saying around the world, you start to realize like there's a lot that has to do with what's said. And what's said about you affects you in terms of how you grew up and your parents and things of that nature. But now what you say to yourself takes it to another level. And so I really, I created this worksheet to help you of habits and trends, having the right habits and trends in terms of your actions. This is the same thing in terms of your words. Speaking the right way, speaking the right things about yourself. Again, you don't have to take my word for it. You can listen to anyone out there that speaks about this stuff. They say the same things, whether it's a mogul, a tech person, or a rapper. They all say the same things about, they all speak like they're gods and say all these powerful things about themselves and what they can accomplish. And they actually go out and do it. And so really start to think about your words and what you're saying. It's also going to help you to develop some affirmations at the very end of it that you can say to yourself daily. And that stuff really, really works. You'll be shocked how powerful it is to have daily affirmations, things that you say about yourself that's positive, that is true or will become true. And it's like you start believing it more and more in your head, and all of a sudden your actions start to see it. I mean, there was a book out, called The Secret of Life, talking about the power and the law of attraction and stuff. Like, all these things that people speak about that we just missed, and and it works. Listen, it works. It works really, really well for people. You say things over and over again, and something happens where it's like these things start to come to you. And it's I'll use my head that I thought about, and I kept saying, speaking it over and over again. And then all of a sudden, the resources were there to actually make it become a tangible product and make it happen into something more. Now, the test is cool too. Check it out. And then lastly are the whiteboard animations, which I've just recently started to fall in love with in a very simple way. And I just created a new one this week. I'm going to show you guys in a second, called the Access Your Full Potential, which I think, and then we will wrap it up. So check this out, guys.
Have you ever heard about the idea of your potential being full? Like someone speaks how to activate your potential, but now we will look at increasing your potential to full. I have found an amazingly easy way to visualize this. Ask yourself this question: how do you fill anything to capacity? It's simple. You need the content and a container. For example, to fill your car with gas, you need the content, the actual gas, and then the container, the tank. Can you fill a car with gas that has no tank? Of course not. It'll just spill on the floor. Similarly, if you asked for a glass of water, you would receive the water, the content, within a glass, the container. Otherwise, you're pouring water onto a flat surface, and it cannot be filled and becomes of no use. Your potential works the same way. Often, when we consider how we waste our potential, it's because we in fact use it, but not within any boundaries. The boundaries of the container provide many valuable uses. In the reference of a glass of water, the boundary creates a barrier that promotes upward motion. Therefore, you can fill the glass without having to enter a tunnel. You do not have options. You must drive in one direction because there are boundaries on both sides, and traffic is only flowing one way. I want to understand the container. Where is your potential being poured out? The answer to this question will help you understand if your potential is being wasted, not an idea or a concept. You are wasting your potential if you do not have a physical container. It is great to visualize your business idea, but until you make it into something tangible, now the use of your potential has the boundaries needed to set it to full. Your efforts are not wasted, and you can see it in action. In the same way, you can have a workout plan, but until you have a gym membership that provides access to that physical location, your plan is wasted potential. When think focused potential is when you have the boundaries in place to provide a sense of direction for your potential. Continued use will increase your potential to full. The container is also helpful in protecting the content it holds. The full tank of gas is protected and can be accessed by the engine to move the car forward. This is important as your potential must be something that you protect. You must designate the container, the area in which you seek. You ever try moving with a full glass of water? The content, water, would spill out from side to side. Any water on the surface and not in the glass is that your motion is not limited as the content increases. Think of it this way. Have you ever felt stuck at a job? You're maximizing your potential, but you feel that there's nowhere to go. You're lost, like water spilling out of the top of a full glass when trying to move. It's time to increase the size of your container. You cannot be complacent, or your potential will be wasted. Let's sum it up this way. Ensure that you have a container so that your potential can increase. Then increase your container size over time so that you will always have the ability to move forward while your potential increases to full. If you would like to review this audio about full potential,
that was one of the whiteboard animations I spoke to you about, talking about the power of potential, and so there are two available here. We spoke about potential the week before, and so I think it's very interesting how far you're able to go. So definitely have intentionality in terms of the direction of where you're going, because that will impact how far you can go. Back to the website really quick before we go. In the settings portion of the website, there's a privacy policy, and there's also the terms and conditions, so you can gladly read through that. Again, this is your information, and you're online, so I understand 100% the care you need to take to protect your information. I want you to know that the services I use, Stripe, to collect information and data is very secure. And I don't hold. The good thing is that I don't hold the information myself. So when you sign in and you put your information in there, it's not accessible to me. It goes to that third party, and then they have all the really important security measures in store to ensure that your information is safe. All right, so this is nexLv. This is the website. This is the content page and what's available right now. In the future, I would like to have events. There's an events portion, but of course, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to do anything with that. And there's also a messages section where you can receive messages from the admin. And so if you are interested in checking out the content and seeing more, then go ahead and log into nexLv.com and fill out the sign-up form, and you'll use the referral code that's in the feed here, and take it, and go ahead with the process. If you have any issues or any problems, there's an email you can also email that's available here that will help you to get signed up and get going. All right, guys, so that's pretty much all for tonight. I also have a YouTube channel I'm building where we have all the videos are here, as well as all the live videos are also up here. All the guided meditations and everything. So it's building. And the cool thing about this whole organization, guys, really and truly, is that it's starting from ground zero. It's really starting from the very bottom. And now is a good time. Now's a great time to get involved, as it's building and building some momentum. Well, in years to come, when it's something of that's a lot bigger, we're glad to have you guys who are here in the early phases supporting and taking it. And again, the whole point of this business is the product. You're the product, right? There's no product to store in your house. You don't have to worry about selling X amount of sales every month. There's no pressure. It's really about improving yourself, improving your thinking, and improving your life. And so you're the product. And I think that's the best product ever made. And that's going to benefit you the most in your life, right? Things that you can do for yourself and accomplish. And so again, thank you so much for signing those on Zoom and those. Hey, Dad, you're like late, but it's okay. Thanks as always for your support and those on Facebook as well. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you again next Tuesday. Every Tuesday I'm here at 7 to discuss topics and talk about the things that affect us the most. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
So you may be wondering, what is nexLv all about? Well, let me ask you this. Would you drive on the road with a flat tire? Certainly not intentionally, right? And when fixing the flat, would you use tools to get that done? I would hope so. I've never seen it done by hand alone. A flat limits the speed you can drive and also gives you less control on the road. What happens when you experience a mental flat in your life? Similarly, you have difficulty keeping a steady course, and it affects how fast you can drive or move toward your goals. Like the tools you would use to change a flat tire, nexLv is a tool in your mental toolbox. With nexLv, there is no product to store or sell. The product on your awesome journey towards success. Attend our weekly meetings so we can all grow as a community. We believe that we achieve more and at a higher rate of success together. Take your life to the next level today. Use this referral code during sign-up. nexLv is for you.